Dustin Colquitt of the Kansas City Chiefs is the AFC punter. And Leon Washington is back there, and he'll take it from the 5-yard line and bring it back out to the 17-yard line.
And he's not even an edge rusher. You know, he's basically a defensive end interior kind of rusher.
That's a high floater. Here's Cribbs. And Cribbs to the 41-yard line. And on 4th down now, Colquitt. So the kick that will be fielded by Washington at the 6-yard line. And that's Slater. Dustin Colquitt, amazingly one of 6 Kansas City Chiefs who are here. This is a team that won 2 games and fired its coach and general manager. And a little toss from Washington to Earl Thomas, the Seattle safety, but that doesn't go anywhere.
Those rushing yards, and you just wonder, is this now finally the time that there's going to be something more than just drop back passers win a Super Bowl?
And then, of course, led them from 17 down. That's a booming kick by Colquitt, and then it's tossed back to Peterson. And Patrick Peterson knows a little bit about running back kicks.
Key is always physical, physical, physical.
Fair enough. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, guys. Is Morstead's kick. Will be out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Johnny Hecker, you look at his net average, 44-2, an NFL record. The Rams punter to send it down to Cordero Patterson, the rookie out of Tennessee who played 1 year there and then was drafted by the Vikings and had a good year. And Patterson backs up, doesn't fall for the fair catch, and the coverage is outstanding. Now Hecker in the punt. They've got Cordero Patterson and Antonio Brown both ready to receive the kick, each wearing number 84. You get to wear your own number during the Pro Bowl. And the number 84 who takes it at the 18-yard line is Antonio Brown of the Steelers, who backs all the way up inside the 10, comes around the corner and gets out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Brandon Fields of the Miami Dolphins, second in both gross and net punting averages. Dexter McCluster, 58 punt returns this year to lead the league. It's a lot of punt returns in a season because you have so many fair catches. Has an opportunity here and is able to skitter his way up to the 47-yard line. So Darius of the Bills is the guy who got there that time. Here's Brandon Fields now launching this punt in the direction of Dexter McCluster. Fields on a bounce, swings to the outside.
And by the time it got down to the money part of the game, which is getting to be where we are now, people want to pay all those motel or hotel bills and all their family members coming over here and eating and drinking, and this is when you start trying to win.
Here's Hecker's punt. Fielded at the 11-yard line by... I'm proud of you, man. Thank you. That is outstanding analysis. Fields his punt. McCluster at the 20-yard line. And the Kansas City run back specialist brings it back out to the 26-yard line. Johnny Hecker to punt. Is a good one. And taking it out of bounds at the 5-yard line is Patterson.
Going to make a name for themselves and dare those offensive linemen to try and block them.
Breeze loosening up, so he might be getting ready to come back into the game as McCluster gets taken down at the 28-yard line. Good man. He's going to do a great job in Tempe. Brandon Fields' his punt. There's a line drive caught at the 16 by McCluster. And Dexter McCluster with a good run back, runs into his own man. And then is tackled finally at the 41-yard line.
I'm anxious to see some of these men cover this punt. Right. When I coached the Pro Bowl, there weren't a lot of volunteers to be on a punt coverage team.
Well, Pat McAfee had an outstanding year for the Indianapolis Colts. He is the kicker, and his teammates are hoping that he kicks it so high Darren Sproles has to fair catch it. And he does that. So Pat McAfee will punt the ball away. Oh, those block bears. Matthews ran in. Sproles with it from the 26. There is a flag down. And Sproles tackled at the 39-yard line. Pat McAfee again to kick. McAfee snapper. Opielado Sarr from Dallas. He's the only Cowboy who didn't make it over to Team Irvin. Kevin Huber, the Cincinnati punter, is going to kick it. We have 3 return men back for Team Carter. Devin Hester's back there, Patrick Peterson, and Antonio Brown. That's a heck of a trio to put back. Hester, I think that may have been forward. It bounced over to Peterson over the 15-yard line. McAfee to kick it. 58 on the kick. Sproles at his own 22, slips and falls and gets back up. Tries to get to the corner. And the open field, he's brought down at the 30-yard line by the Ravens rookie linebacker. Sims, Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara. What a year it was for Johnny Hecker from the Rams. His punt was hit and fair caught by Darren Sproles at the Sam Cook, the punter from the Ravens, is going to kick it now to Tyler Lockett of Seattle. He has more different ways to kick the ball and very tough to catch, and Lockett runs up and makes the fair catch. Run by Kansas City from 1-5 to 11-5, the playoff win over Houston before getting knocked out by New England. Great return man from the Seattle Seahawks, Tyler Lockett, is brought down past the 40-yard line by Justin Bethel.
Deep for the punt from Johnny Hecker in his 3rd Pro Bowl in the last 4 years. And a great punt. Hill caught it backpedaling to the 10. With the width of the field and out of bounds, well covered. Dustin Colquitt, injury replacement for Pat McAfee of the Indianapolis Colts, who can't make it here with a knee injury. Dustin, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time. 34 years old in his 12th year out of Tennessee, from a great punting family. His dad and brother both punted in the NFL. Dwayne Harris of the Giants scooped it up. They got tackled by Lorenzo Alexander. Here's Dustin Colquitt. We saw the NFC fake a punt unsuccessfully. We know Kansas City has one in the arsenal, but not this time. Kansas City coaching the AFC. Dwayne Harris of the Giants taken down by DJ Alexander. Johnny Hecker on the punt. Tyreek Hill, deepest back for the AFC. Jarvis Landry is the short man. And look out. Here comes Hill. Tyreek Hill shoved out of bounds. Johnny Hecker was a quarterback at one time. Wanted to play quarterback in college. Mike Riley of Oregon State convinced him he could be an NFL punter if he punted instead, and that turned out to be true. Ezekiel Elliott pushed him out of bounds, and you can see Zeke's out there again as the protector for Johnny Hecker of the Rams. And a fair catch signal made and executed by Tyreek Hill. Dustin Colquitt on the punt. Michael Bennett got close to it. Dwayne Harris got away from DJ Alexander, but not away from Ryan Shazier.
Darren Sproles.
Dustin Colquitt the punt, and short of Sproles, and bounces down near the 30-yard line. Johnny Hecker seems to become the best punter in the NFL. 4th Pro Bowl, 3rd in a row. These guys aren't used to covering. Kicks, and Hill cannot hang on to it. Buda Baker, the Arizona Cardinals, runs it in for a touchdown. On this wet field, And with a wet ball, a fumble by Tyreek Hill. And now the officials are conferring about whether or not this was a muff, and are they going to spot the ball back near the 20-yard line.
Well, clearly a fumble by Tyreek Hill. Obviously, the wet conditions.
Therefore, by rule, the kick cannot be advanced by the kicking team. It will be first down for the AFC at the spot of recovery.
Speaking of good-looking rookies, how about the Seahawks punter, Michael Dixon, the 5th rounder, the Aussie. Andre Roberts, returner for the Jets. That didn't go over too well with everybody. He's an intense guy, though.
Loves football, too, Tess.
He sure does. Great player. Here's his teammate, Andre Roberts, on the punt return off the Michael Dixon punt.
You know, and so it says a lot about who he is, how he plays. And you were talking about it earlier, about Adams. He loves football. And that's a great trait for a young player.
There's the Aussie Michael Dixon punting away, directional, trying to keep it away as he dribbles it inside the 10. Nice job there.
A lot of teams want to have that formula where they want to build it in the draft right now and do it. But that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Green Bay, they kind of struggled at doing that here in the last 4 or 5 years. But as you said, it's hard to identify the...
And we will give you the latest that is coming in from all the news sources. But we share with you, the NFC last year only had 148 yards. As Tress Way, the Redskins' strong leg punter, is on the punt away. He had a 49.6 average that led the NFL this season. Andre Roberts fielding the return.
I think he's in a room by himself, Tess.
Deontay Harris, the rookie return man, and Brett Kern, his 3rd straight year as the AFC Pro Bowl punter.
Down to Lisa Salters.
Thank you, Steve. I am with punter A.J. Cole. A.J., we were just kind of wondering, since there's not a lot of punting been going on in this game, like what have you and Brian Anger been doing all afternoon?
Yeah, you know, it's been a great first couple of quarters. Probably my favorite stat line I've ever had. Got 0 punts, 3 holds, 2 halftime hot dogs. So really enjoying the game so far. It's been a lot of fun watching everybody, and I'm just here for moral support, basically, just passing out water and high fives, and I'm just here for the ride.
How did you get your uniform dirty? You haven't done anything.
I'm out there holding. That's pretty much the answer.
So that's where the grass stain came from. Did you get it?
Well, you got to like kind of really rub it in a little bit. That way the other guys in the team know you really are out on the field. Because otherwise it kind of goes under the radar. So, you know, I just want everybody to know, you know, I was out on the field. I don't have a whole lot of proof of it, but I'm not in the stat sheet per se, but I was out there scrapping with everybody else.
Did you get a heads up before the game that, like, look, you're not going to get a whole lot of action this game?
I did. It's actually the first thing Coach Vrabel said to me. He said, just so you know, we're not going to punt this week, so don't get your hopes up. I said, telling me we're not going to punt is getting me my hopes up, so you just flip the script there.
Well, AJ, you made the Pro Bowl. Congratulations, darn it.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Back to you guys.
And he's also a first-team All-Pro player as well for A.J. Cole in a home game. Cole, the fine punter of these Las Vegas Raiders. We have him at 3 snaps and an interview, not just with Lisa. He's going to get to visit with our own John Sutcliffe.
Now he's going to get to work on his Spanish.